We are going to start our session today. Honey, you are my honey. So sometime what do we say? Honey, why don't you listen to me? So now I'm angry, agitated. Otherwise, when I get all the pleasures from someone, something, then that person or object or even animal, our doggy also becomes a honey. And if the dog doesn't listen to us, then that dog does not remain our honey. But honey is a good word. So there was a great master who lived almost 2000 years ago. So he was guiding his wife, and the wife was also a great master in one of the Upanishad. So he was guiding his honey. What he was guiding, that is the topic today. So the wife was asking how to reach to the highest state of consciousness, how to succeed in mindfulness and meditation, how to awaken to the reality, how to awaken to the reality, how to awaken to Sat Chit Ananda. So once awakening takes place, we bring an end to the suffering. So this master was addressing, so I'm reproducing you the same verse. So that master was saying, my honey. You see, when we use the word honey, when we have expectations, when we have dependence, and that brings a conflict in the duality in the mind, and that honey remains for some time, and mind goes into the stress and suffering. So this master was saying, honey, my dear honey, the self should be realized. How? Self should be realized? Look at him, so many years ago. The master was guiding his wife. But wife was a great seeker. She married only because of her evolution and awakening. So the master said, my dear honey, the self should be realized. How? Should be heard of, reflected on, meditated upon by the realization of the self, my dear. So what is the method of realizing and awakening to that reality? You should listen to the teacher. Why you listen to the teacher? The teacher knows the principles. But if you don't listen to the teacher and you don't understand those principles, nothing will happen. Atma vari drashtavya shrotavyo mantavyo niridhyasittavyo Maitreyi. Maitreyi is the name of the honey. Atmano vari darshanin shravanena matya vijnanedam sarvam viditam. You know, my honey, you know you can realize the self by how? By listening, shravanam. by contemplating and thinking in your mind about those principles, and followed by the practice. So if you don't listen to those principles and you are not clear about those principles, for example, what is the principle when you board a plane? Before that, you should have a ticket. But you should also know the departure and the arrival point. And you should have the resources to buy a ticket. What we say about mindfulness, no problem. I know meditation is close my eyes and focus on the breath. And I am in meditation. I succeeded in meditation. So apply the same logic. You had the resources, means I have the inner resources. I have a commitment. I have aspiration and a desire to awaken. These are the inner resources. I don't have resources. No, let me do it. It will not work. What the master is saying? Shravanam. That is what I have been talking again and again. Shravanam, simple meaning. I don't know. So what should I do? I should know it. I don't know what flight helps me to reach to New York, so I should know it. I should know the principles of meditation and mindfulness. No, it is not required. Then at least you will relax yourself. No doubt about it. But you will not be able to progress. That is why I give a brief talk before the practice every time. I follow the teachings of that great tradition. So first is, I don't know, so let me know the principles, Shravanam, as it is. So what do you mean by as it is? When I say peace is your essential nature and your mind says, for the sake of giving a class, he is saying peace is my essential nature. I have never seen it and I don't believe it. And your mind is habitual, it accepts peace is your essential nature. You don't think about it. You don't contemplate about it. So nothing is going to happen. Yes, you will get little bit relaxation and calmness. So second step is I have to think. I don't understand. How come peace is my essential nature? How it is always present within me? Now I don't have time to think. And I have always the time to think that gives me the stress and anxiety. See, this is our life. So second part is known as manan, shrotavyo, mantavyo. And once my mind is clear, plane to New York, this airline, this much cost, I know the departure point, I know the arrival point, so I buy the ticket, I board the plane, I land up in New York. I don't land up in any other country. Why? Everything is clear. And so when it is not clear, then what happens? I fall into hallucinative experiences, imaginative experiences. Then we say, I have seen Shiva. Where you have seen Shiva? In my heart. Is the Shiva still alive or dead? Unnecessary. Why? Because we don't understand these principles. We don't contemplate. We don't reflect on it. We don't think about it. No, he's talking of the Shiva, so let me accept it. At least I'm doing a good service to this teacher who says there is a Shiva. Why? Because I'm not opposing. It's not a question of opposition. Thinking inside your head, removing the doubt is the second step. When you follow the practice, then everything falls into the right place. Then awakening is just a matter of time. Shankaracharya was a great master. With reference to these 3 steps, listening the principles as it is. In a chemistry teacher, he goes to the class and he says, he writes H and asks all the students, what is this H? So one student says it is alphabet from English language. So he fails in the examination, even though it is alphabet. But he is in a chemistry class. The second student says, sir, H means hydrogen. Yes, you have understood. Are you understanding the three steps? When I say peace is your essential nature, no, it may be your essential nature, but it is not mine. You are the first student, then you don't understand. You see, check your mind. Check your mind. That is the problem. Now I think you got it. Another point that Shankaracharya is making, he says the second part. First part, you can hear, you can study, you can read from Google. All the principles of mindfulness or meditation as taught by the great masters. Why you should listen to me? You can read it. So Shankaracharya says, reading, the first step is done, and what he says, second step is known as mananam, contemplation, reflection. What is contemplation? You are asking the questions what, why, where, and how. It brings the clarity. And the second part is reflection. It removes the doubt. Where? Whose doubt is removed? Mine. Your doubt is removed. Can you imagine, my friends? When all the doubts in your mind and intellect are removed, that peace and happiness are within me. Can you imagine what is going to happen in your mind? Your mind and intellect will be very much clear. It is prepared. It is ready for journey of meditation or mindfulness. Are you getting it? I hope you all are getting it. So what the Master says the second step, that is contemplation and reflection, is 100 times superior to simply listening, simply studying. And meditation practice is 100 times superior to contemplation. And the objectless state, that is the highest state of mind, that leads to the highest state of meditation, is infinitely superior. It does not mean that I should not know the principle. Now that's why I'm using the simile. Oh, flying in a plane is such a wonderful experience. That is the last stage. Come on, first get ready. You should know. You should buy the ticket. You should have the resources. Then you should board the plane. Let it take off. And then you experience this. No. Close my eyes and I focus on the breath, and that is what the mindfulness and meditation is. Our masters have never taught like this. Are you getting it? I believe you are getting it. From today, you will start contemplating on this. The last point is so important. Another great master says, by listening, the knowledge dawns in your mind. Maharishi Raman, great master, says, what he says? By listening to the principles from a teacher who customizes and personalizes the program and the practice, what happens? By listening, the knowledge dawns. By listening, you get a flame of knowledge. And by the second step, by contemplation, the knowledge is not allowed to vanish. The knowledge is not allowed to perish. So after doing 1 hour of meditation, yes, I understand you told me, I remember peace is my essential nature, and after an hour, the mind says, no, stress is your essential nature, and you accept it. How you are going to change that? Ask yourself. So first step is Shravanam. So what the master is saying, the knowledge you receive by listening is like a flame. But you don't allow the flame to vanish by contemplation and reflection. How come? Just as the flame is protected by a windscreen, so the other thoughts are not allowed to enter into the mind through the contemplation. And the third step, by practice, the flame is kept up to burn bright. So that is the meditation practice. The flame is kept to burn bright by trimming the wick. Every time thought arises, the mind is tuned inward to the light of the true knowledge. And what is that true knowledge? My true nature, full of peace and happiness, love and wisdom. I believe you have understood. So let us start our journey of meditation or mindfulness today. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed. You are comfortable. So how to be comfortable? So you have heard the teacher, but the teacher doesn't know anything. It is all about the knowledge coming from the teachings of our great masters. So, being comfortable, first your eyes are closed, a position of the body which does not create any unease. So when it is not creating any unease, then the body is comfortable. But we have to settle in being comfortable. What is that? Move the mind on the neck joint. So what it means when I say move the mind on the neck joint, your mind is there. You feel the sensation. You are comfortable and you experience steadiness. See that? The mind is moving on the... Where it is moving? It is moving to the shoulder joints. You feel the sensation, being comfortable. No, come on, give me a flying experience. Okay, buy a ticket. No, first give me a flying experience. You see that? So you have to join these two steps together. So being comfortable is the step. Your mind may reject, being comfortable. Why to look at the joints? Why to buy a ticket to fly? You see, the second step, when you start thinking and contemplating, it gives you a clarity, my dear friends. We don't have time for contemplation, then it's okay. Move the mind on the hip joint. Feel the sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. Move the mind on the entire body. Feel the sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. So we are settling the mind through the body. We are asking the mind to drop identification with the body to go deeper. In that state, so that is the stage 1, I can say. Now if we move to the stage 2, we settle the body in the experience of relaxation and stillness. So you are looking at the head and the neck. Now again you see that if you don't contemplate and reflect over these principles, the mind will return, the intellect will create a doubt and reaction. It will say, why the hell you are talking of the head and the neck? Give me mindfulness. I don't like the one who wants to fly. He says, no, I won't buy the ticket. Give me a flying experience. You have to connect all the dots. How that comes? By thinking, contemplating. So move the mind on the head and the neck. You are there, you feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The mind goes to the right arm. Now see that how I'm explaining. The mind moves on the right arm from the shoulder to the fingertips of the right hand. Again, I'm expressing in a different way. Pick up the one that suits you the most. Move the mind on the right arm as if the mind is touching every cell of the skin of the right arm. And you start feeling the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. What is it's like that? It is, we are turning the face of the mind. It was facing to the world. Now we are asking the mind, please face inside to discover peace and happiness. Nothing more, nothing less. Move the mind on the left arm. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the rib cage. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the belly. Again, see that I'm coming again and explaining you what? The mind moves on the belly. You are touching. The mind is touching the belly. You feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the right leg. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left leg. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the entire body. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So, the next few steps in which we ask the mind, are you ready? The mind says, yes, we continue with a personal effort, gentle. And after that, our steps are expanding the mind, flying deep inside our own being. So pay attention to that journey. Check yourself. You are in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Good. You are comfortable. Good. Your mind is living within. Good. Now, look at the breath. The breath goes in and out. You feel the sensation of the breath, and there is no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. There is no change. No worries. So now every stage is set. What is that stage? The breath is going in and out. Good. Feeling the sensation. Good. No change. Good. In the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Good. So now when the breath goes in, just drop casually. Soham. Breath comes out. Soham. 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 When I say you drop it, do you know how a drop of water falls down in the rainy season on the earth or on your body? Drop in a fraction of a second. What we are doing in few steps, we want to expand our mind. What is that expansion? Expansion of mind until the mind loses its identity is the state of mindfulness. So what we are doing? Deep inside in our mind, when the breath goes in, soham, breath comes out, soham. But if you use the meaning of the soham while saying it, it will intensify the practice. Soham means I am my essential nature. So keep that in the mind while saying soham. Nothing, just casually, you can keep in your mind. You have kept in your mind my name, my profession, my shape and the size and the color and everything. You need not to make any effort. Soham. Soham. Soham, Soham. My true nature is peace, happiness. My master used to say, peace and happiness are our essential nature. So why I said so? Because your mind will not pick up unwanted, unnecessary thought if you visualize peace and happiness are my essential nature while dropping Shantoham. On the breath, no change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Now, drop to Shantoham on the same breath. The breath goes in Shantoham, Shantoham. Breath is coming out Soham, Soham. Oh, you can also say Shantoham, but your Soham is good in this practice today. So breath is going in Soham, Soham. Breath is coming out Soham, Soham. You just drop out of love, out of care, out of awareness. And the moment you say Soham, Soham, the mind reminds, yes, peace and happiness are my essential nature. You're not thinking about it. Continue. Tu Soham with every breath going in and Tu Soham with every breath coming out. I normally combine the teachings of the different tradition. Why I do that? That is my way of personalizing so that I can help you maximize the benefit. There is no other intention. Soham, Soham. Soham, Soham. Mentally you are dropping, no movement of the lips and the tongue. Voice, I'm giving you the step. You will experience and realize the mind is living within. And later I will explain you what it means by living within. And now drop 3 sohams, just in a fraction of a second. It is not that the lips are saying this. In the mind you can even do it 100 times. I'm just only saying 3 times. So when you do it 3 times, means the breath is, don't change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The breath is going in, soham, soham, soham. Breath is coming out, soham, soham, soham. I'm demonstrating. But when you're doing it, dropping it on the breath, going in and out, oh, it happens. So don't allow the mind to think that it doesn't happen. So when the mind says it is not happening, wait, calm down, do nothing, and then do it. Soham, my true nature is peace, happiness, love, and wisdom. Literally it means what? Literally it means I am that. Translation. But what is that? That is my essential nature. My dear friends, continue. My dear friends, honey, my honey. And now drop only 2 soham. Only 2, yes. From 3 we are returning to 2. And one more thing. Now you will discover more space. Where? Inside your mind. Instead of 3, you are doing 2. So breath goes in, soham, soham. Breath comes out, soham, soham. And you associate soham, soham with peace and happiness are my essential nature. That too is good. Continue. So the way I explained to you today You have the resources you desire to fly from a departure to the arrival point. That was Soham 1, 2, 3. And now you are doing it 2. Now do it 1 only. Breath going in, Soham, breath coming out, Soham. Now you find more space. The mind lays within. No distraction is there. Soham, Soham, Soham. Do you remember the flame is kept up to burn bright by trimming the wick? So what is the wick here? Oh, another thought comes. Return the mind again to Soham. The inquiry, who am I, is the first step. Ascertainment of the true import of I is manan, the second step. The practical application on each occasion is meditation. See that. Soham, Soham. And now do nothing. Now we return to breath going in and out, okay? Feeling the sensation is okay. No change, it's okay. And doing nothing, remain as you are in the state. So what it means by doing nothing? You live into that state with awareness, knowledge, and experience. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Left your Buddha. No, you need not to left. Keep it there. We should not touch our eyes nowadays due to virus. Open your eyes slowly. And now we will share our experiences. So, how are you, Anne? That's wonderful. You were doing meditating while sitting. That's good.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, I feel very calm, and
good.
My thoughts didn't wander too much.
That's really good.
I tried to stay with it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
I did all the time.
So, how are you, Terry? Now you have to unmute it. I muted to record the session without any disturbance.
I don't know if I was asleep or if I just had a dream. Every time it was silent, I would be having a dream or something, and then I would come right back.
But that is really also good. Your mind went very deep, and it went to maybe some thoughts or past, but that is okay. How are you, Ashok ji and Shivam ji? No noise. Yeah, I don't hear you. Good, good. How about you, Shivam? I don't hear you.
Am I audible now?
Yeah.
I get some sort of pain in my spine today. My body was...
Pain in the spine?
Yeah.
Just adjust your spine. So, yes, every time you sit for meditation, it is good. The spine should not lean too much forward, too much backward. So that gives it. But you feel relaxed. That is good. So how are you, Samir?
Sir, it was very peaceful, and Soham was penetrating inside me, inside my heart.
Inside your heart. That's
Good experience.
good. That is really wonderful. Very good. How are you, Vivek? You should experience.
Yeah, it was very good. I mean, it was kind of a samarpan kind of thing, and then a feeling of peace, and then calmness.
Calmness. We have to live into that calmness all the time.
Yeah.
Very good. So, how about you? Where is you, Vivek? No, Vaibhav and Rakesh.
So it became very silent, and then a sense of happiness and sense of joy is coming from inside.
Joy coming from inside. That is very good. So I hope that joy you will keep your dad very happy. How about you, Rakesh?
Sir, with this Soham, slowly the body disappeared and only the space was left.
Oh, that is a deeper experience.
And which was expanding.
Expanding.
So
That's really
very peaceful experience.
very peaceful. That's really a deeper experience. Wonderful. How about you, Sangeeta?
सर बहुत अच्छा था, शांत हो गया और समय का पता नहीं चला आज.
समय का नहीं पता चला. Very good that you didn't know about the time. Who is left? Pushkar.
Very peaceful, but experience some dream states.
Very good. So did you remember anything what you heard in the beginning of a session?
Yes.
Second step, that is contemplation and reflection. My master used to always use the word vichar. That is the same thing. So contemplation and reflection is 100 times better than listening and studying and reading. Simply learn one principle, digest it, assimilate it in your head. And meditation is 1,000 times superior to contemplation and reflection. Doesn't mean that we should jump onto the meditation. Oh, so let me drop listening, drop contemplation, and let me start doing the practice. So that is why I gave you an example that you don't know your departure and arrival point, and you want to have a flying experience. So all the 3 steps are necessary. That is all for today. Thank you very much for joining me.